Side by side, every step of the way. Oh, sorry. Hit the mic there. Hello, welcome back to 7 Days. I said I'd be transporting material next time you saw me. Also eating a mint, which was a bad thing to do right before talking, because now I want to cough. But I will not. So yeah, I'm heading back to the desert, and then after that I'm heading up north to the higher areas of land. I've got all what I need to create my base there. I've brought along a workbench. I've got the materials for a forge. I just need some more clay to just finish that off. I got cement and I got my iron bars, so I can just start the iron frames, I should say. I got all of that, so I can just start building the base on top of that hill as soon as I get up north. There's also a vendor there, so I'm gonna build. I thought I heard someone. Hey, I'm busy talking. Shut up. I don't think I can take this unless... Where's my bike? There's my bike. Yeah, let's put some of this in here. Because we don't need all of it, and most of that's going to be for the shop. Okay. Don't tell me I've lost him now. Nope, he's right there. Thank you. And good night. Alright. So yeah, we're heading towards... I set out fairly early because it is a long trek. And it's over terrain that's... You guys really like to interrupt me, don't you? Thank you. Jeez. Please give me egg. No. Or feather. I'm looking for eggs for blueberry pies. It's just easier to have a blueberry pie on you. It gives you more wellness. And, ooh, okay. I need that. Alright. Don't need that. Right. Now, off, please. Can't do anything today. What's wrong with me? That. Yes, I need more blueberry pies because zombies can't smell them when you're moving around. And that was an egg. That was good. That should be all. Yeah, I need more white powder as well. Gunpowder. You can get that underground. But any I find on the way, I'm just gonna mine because it's easier to find on the surface than it is underground. It's so hard to see it underground. You can also get in these sort of like outcrops of rocks. So as I was saying in the last episode, once you've set up your house and got your spikes and everything's good, what you want to go ahead and do after that is I am here. I'm a lot further south than I thought. Right, let's head there. What you want to do is start working on mining those individual rocks, and you find like little outcrops of them, and there's usually 3 or 4. You know? I think I can still see my base from here, or is it tree? It's a tree. Great, I do not have antibiotics. That's great. Okay. I know I've got some up north in my house up north, so I'll just have to go there. This is my little shack area. I got a few little houses that I can visit and reinforce if I need to on the way. But yeah, these like little rocks, like I just went around them. One there, there's one on the left there. They'll give you iron, stone obviously, some lead, and nitrate powder and coal, and you can start to create gunpowder with that just on the fly. As soon as you get a chemistry station, it doesn't take as much on either part, so get a chemistry station and you can make more gunpowder for less resources. Right, here's the desert. There's a zombie. I'm a zombie. No, it's not. Right. There was a massive cave system here, so I could be careful. Head for the house, pick up some antibiotics, and then head up the hill. So you can see I'm climbing all the time here. But I want to get to the very top of the hill, because that's the good stuff. Right. Not go all the way in, because I know there's a few spikes left. Let's clear it out. Okay. Don't tell me he's on the inside. Yep, inside. How dare you be in here? This is my house. They must have got on the roof, right? I hate ladders in this game. It's the one thing I hate the most. The number of times I fell off a ladder and died. Here we go. Thank you. I will have that right now, and I will drop the glass because I don't need it, but it's fine. Right, let's just stop here. Oh, honey, I got. Yeah, some more blueberry pies in here. Lots of fuel in there. Stuff. Yes. So yeah, creating nitrate in a chemistry station is 1-to-1, whereas I think creating gunpowder in just in your inventory is 2-to-1 on the nitrate. Yeah, no, 2-to-2, so you don't make as much, but it's worth making in that raw form because you can make bullets out of it. You can fashion it into like explosive crossbow bolts. I need that anvil. Don't need these things to be on anymore. Right. Problem with living and working in the desert like this is there's not much in the way of trees, so you need to be around a forest. But I would say a desert, having access to a desert becomes important later for making cement, because there's loads of sand about. You can drill to rock, you can drill to iron. There's just everything you need for cement just right here. So a desert is probably your best bet if you want to make a lot of materials like bricks and that. Before, I used to dig for stones, convert stones into sand, and then once that was done, you can make cement out of that. But it's a dual process there, because before you start, you've got to convert your stone into sand, then you're going to you're going to get more stone, and then you're fine to go. Right, so I need to find like the highest point on this area and start building up from there. Now, I don't want to be hugely big. It's not going to be a big area, but I think this will do here. Yeah, this will do, because we're pretty high. Although that is a bit higher over there. Let's go over there. Let's have a look at the landfall. So these like stone areas, that's also where you get your clay from. Just building up my punch ability there. Alright, we don't need any of that right now. There's a hill to my left there. There's always a bigger hill, isn't there? But these rocks are the ones you want to smash open. Start with your stone axe, work to like pickaxe, and then you're flying. Once you get to higher skill level, like my skill level right now, I can put that in there. Yeah, my skill level right now, I can I can open up a rock in a good one hammer swing, one pickaxe swing opens up that rock and smashes it one time, and then the second, then the third. So it takes 3 swings to smash completely, which is pretty much what you want, really. It's just like 1 lots of resources, 2 lots of resources, 3, and you're done. Did I remember to build a hammer? No, I did not. No, I did not. But I can always use a stone axe. So smithing levels going up, nearly at 100%. So 496. Start with this, and obviously don't be like me, actually get a hammer when you can get a hammer. But for now, this will do, and it will do in a pinch, and it will do for me now. So it takes a little while to set, and you don't want to build too high on these because they will crumble if they're not fully set. I think 2 is like the highest you can go. If you go like 3, you're really running the risk of crumble. So those will start to set up immediately. I don't need any seeds, but I'm sure there'll be seeds in my inventory. So basically I want to raise it just a little bit so that this can be my floor now. And you can see it sets quite quickly. It's not too bad. I think one more once around. It's 12 o'clock already, but traveling took me a bit of time. I want this to dry and be able to build up by the time it comes to night, so I can yeah, be careful of that as well. If there's like a bush in the way, what I should do is take that out. If there is a bush in the way, it will like say, hey, you don't want to build here, you want to build on top of the bush. Oops, that's not a real thing, goodbye. And then fall to its death. So you can see my workbench has just gone in, and I'm just stacking up around the outskirts of my property now, just building it up so it's just a little bit more secure from zombies. Still got to add the door, still got to do all that. I don't want to add anything to, like, just a simple wood door and then reinforce right now, because I don't really need much more. I need to get my forge in, and I need to go to the vendor before that closes. See, this takes a while, but it's worth doing. It helps your building skills, but once you get the option to get a hammer, or if you just find a hammer is so much easier because it's just one hit. Didn't bring any torches either, so all I've got is my mining helmet. But I had like one of these set up a little bit beforehand, a temporary shelter, so to speak. It was just because it took me too long to run between two areas, and I was like, I had to stay the night somewhere, and I couldn't find a house on the way. So I set up a temporary shelter, which was mostly concrete and then a little bit wood to finish off, and I put the wood further up, so you know, like if a zombie attacks right now I've got a fairly good floor and wall, but it's not full wall to protect against zombies. So after this now, I'm just gonna go out into the wilderness and grab some clay and make a forge. I need to make some ladders so I can get up and down it, so I can build another floor on top and start reinforcing all that. So that's about as high as I dare go, because some of these walls need to dry, and I'm out of resources anyway. So I need a door. Wrong way. Always want its opening in, because in a rush you don't want to be smacked in the face with a door as you're trying to rush to get in. Let's lock that for all the good it does you. Alright, that's good for now. Right, let's head over to our vendor over here. Also need some clay. I'd be really annoyed if I find a really tall area now. No, nothing in there. Anything in there? Glass jar, okay. We need to actually drink something. Alright, that will do for now. So I'm going to sell a lot of this stuff, get some more materials from him, and hopefully that'll include some frames so I can carry on building. But if I can't, then that's fine. I'll just I'll make the rest out of what's on hand. So wood. It's not the end of the world. It's just a little disappointing. Is that more? Yes, it is. So for a chemistry station, you'll need a burning barrel, and most of the time you're going to find a burning barrel with the traders, either in their areas or you can trade for it. But the most likelihood is it's just going to be in the area. Right, so that I want to keep. That I want to keep. I need one of those. I'll take my coins. Okay. So yeah, usually around by here. I think the last one was right here. Just a burning barrel just out on its own. So I picked it up and just took it with me. Certain things like there, you saw me raid that. This guy's always unhappy.
Damn, you smell like the dead.
Like I said.
Better have money.
Yeah, won't accept that. Okay. So all of that, 'cause don't need any of it, and that's all the things I need. Don't need those actually. It's okay. Alright. Got some building material. He has a hammer. I'll take a hammer. Alright, we got lead, we got buckshot. I need nitrate powder. Okay. I really want auger parts to upgrade my auger a little bit more, but we gotta prioritize here. Get that for the door. I think that's all he's got, damn it. Yep, that's all he's got. Auger parts it is then. And we're gonna have to...
Thanks, buddy.
Cha-ching! Alright, we're gonna get, gotta get the wood. It's nearly coming on for night now. Ouch. Let me guess, I didn't mark it on the map again. I think it's this way. Oops. So this will all take a bit longer, but you want to get your stamina up to use an axe. Stamina regen when you're standing still. And the more of that you have, the faster you'll swing, the harder it will hit. So the more you'll gain in shorter periods of time. Hello, yes, I saw you. After that, I'd go with ammunition for like bows and that sort of thing. There is a little cottage down there. I think we got time. Ooh, hello, a cooking pot. That'll be useful. Don't need a sandwich. One or two. Nothing on you. Okay, that's gonna hit. Okay. Nothing on you either. Ooh, they are coming in from all ways a bit here. And one behind me, I know. That's useful. Let's use that right now. And use that right now. This would be rich in cloth. Alright, we'll have to come back for those later. Let's just put a little camp site there. Just do a little bit of that. Right, so it looks like it was there, since that's like concrete. Yeah, I know there's an S there, but day's wearing on and I kind of want to get this done before night comes. Mining helmets are useful because they help you see in the dark. If you can't get mining helmets, make a torch out of animal fat, wood, and yep, there it is. And if you can't get that, get a candle. Scrap that. Use the hammer. There we go. Instant built. Yeah. Nice. Wood frames or barnwood. Let's just go barnwood because that's easier. Obviously I'll have to change this later, but just for a couple of nights this will have to do. So when we get into like higher reaches, I'll either have to upgrade this fully or just change it into chop it down and change it into cement. But the initial stage is like done, so they'll be hammering on the walls rather than hammering on wood, so they'll break through wood quite quickly now, whereas they'll just be hammering on stone if they're... I suppose I could have made this out of bricks as well, because that's also an option, but it'll be alright. Should actually shut that off right now and start making spikes, because that's also what I'll need. Lots and lots of spike walls. Day went quicker than I thought, and that's usually the case. There we are, only 15, but there's plenty of trees around and we'll be fine. It's just alright, let's drop down onto the bench because that's not much to fall. Start filling in the top. Now, if I got time tonight or maybe tomorrow, what I'll do is I'll go back to that area where I killed the zombies at the camp. Oops. Because they'll have fat on them, and I can make torches out of them. Waste nothing. That's the first rule of survival. Also, the tent's made of cloth, so you're thinking, what's he gonna do for cloth? Well, I've got that in hand. Let's go outside. Just move the bike over a bit. There we go. This is the hardest part, getting it to actually place rather than fly in the air or fall on the ground. I do want seeds from these because they'll be useful for replanting later. And Lord knows, there's not many. Once you chop down a few small trees like this, these are small trees, yes I see him. So once you chop down a few trees, you'll want to start replanting straight away because they can be growing as soon as you so as soon as you've done a few, you'll notice that that you're running low on trees and you'll have to grow some before you can chop some down, or you'll have to venture further out, and then you'll find yourself venturing further and further and further out. It's just wise just to cut down some trees, plant those, cut some further out, plant those, and by the time you come back to your first ring of trees, they're all nice and done. So it's just quicker and easier to do it that way. Right, I need a campfire. Essential for cooking all sorts of things. I know I filled in the roof and I need the ladder to go up, but that layer's going to go away, and the roof's going to go away, so it's going to all become one later on. I didn't get any clay, did I? No, I didn't. Need some of that for iron, which I will need later. Right. That can go in. Cooking pot. Beaker. And the other thing I can make with iron as soon as I get some clay. Sun's about to go down. I've got this like little ramp here, but it's right. I know what you're thinking, but it's alright, I've got a shotgun. And I respawn fairly close. So I've got full light on this thing, so it's fairly murky out, so it's not really great for that sort of... When it's less foggy like that, that's actually easier. You can see a little bit further in the darkness. But I'll just keep the light on. Oh, it's snowing. Oh, it's gonna get cold. Cold and dark. So I'm gonna head back to the campsite and just pick up some cotton. I would get a farm going fairly quickly. I took ages to get a farm going, and with a farm you can mine cotton, create cotton quite quickly, and it's just useful for making making cloth fragments and then making clothes or making anything you want really from it. Right. Snow's going down again. A quick flurry of snow. Also, smash apart nests. I'm not doing it right now because I don't need to, but if you smash apart nests, you'll get plant fibers, which can go for burning, or they can go for making just about everything, so that's useful to do as well. Alright, we're back. Let's get our knife. What don't I need? Goodbye. fat. Thought there were more of you. Okay. Can't get that unless I swap it for that, but yeah, let's swap that out. There we go. Plenty of animal fat on the go. Another club there, another cooking pot there. Be careful of mines as well, I should say very quickly here. Because I had that for a long time. Like, mines became a real problem for me. I entered into a military camp and didn't realize it was mined from the outside, and I just got exploded. And I went back, and then I was careful, and I was still exploded, and I didn't see them until I realized they were not cooking pots as I previously thought. There we go. So I found a cloth tent once before, and I did the same as I'm doing now, which is just basically you just chop it down. Still undetected. Still undetected. Let's have some beer. Right, and we're good. Kind of interested in... Yeah, I'm seeing like lights in the distance, which isn't... I'm like, oh, I want to explore over there, because there's lights, but it's just the shadow of the trees forming in. It looks just a bit weird. Set up defenses around the shack. And then go back to the desert camp and pick up the last of the iron frames, because I know I've got iron in the smelter. I can just smelt some more iron frames, come back. In the meantime, I just want to finish off that. So it's not really bad at night. They run at you. But I've got armor on, and that's another thing I would get as soon as you can. I waited ages and didn't get armor until I got iron armor, but get some scrap armor, get some cloth armor, just get some armor as soon as you can, and then it's not as bad, and yours will upgrade a bit faster than mine and be a bit more durable by that point, because mine's not durable because I didn't have any for a long time. That was a mistake. A really big mistake. There we go. Right, sit back in. Oh, I didn't sell my schematic. Cloth, yes. So you can make all this sorts of cloth gloves and cloth armor, and it just provides a lot of protection. Let's make some torches. Protects against weather and other types of damage, but it... just line this place up a bit, and then as we'll go up, I'll use those to go up with me, sort of thing. So yeah, just get going. I would start with that sort of thing. I mean, this for me is a nice temporary shelter. Obviously for you it would be wood. You'd upgrade that to iron over time if you start from scratch. If you start in a house, you'll have much the same setup as I've got. Probably a bit of brick surround and then wood built up from there. So just upgrade your materials, upgrade your walls, keep on with the spike walls, and everything else will come in time. So that's great. I'll see you in the next one, when I've built the first layer and possibly the second layer, and then start the task of ferrying, well, building boxes and then ferrying all my stuff into this house. See you there.